pool noodle is also great for learning your blocks. For example, I have my Baton for private security. He's coming for the midsection, block, hit, back out of there. All right, maybe he's coming with a horizontal strike, block, strike. And you notice when he came in, come in slow, I block, right? I block the weapon. Now, the reason is sometimes your distance may not be perfect, and if you just block the wrist or the arm, what could happen here, right? So obviously with a long weapon, I want to block and catch that weapon. And this is my check hand. This is the hand that's up there for security because, you know, combat is fluid. And if he's coming in fast and I miss, right? If it weren't for this hand, it's going right for the head. So he's coming in, block, strike, get out of there. Maybe from the opposite end. Now, because I can hit that hand before it gets to me, all right. But that's why we use the pull noodles. Now, we were going slow, but in a real training thing, once I get the hang of it, I'm not going to tell him like a martial arts instructor, hey, come at me this way, come at me this way. Anyone knows that. So if you just let him do what he wants, and now we're ready for combat. I didn't know what he was going to do. So you have to be fluid. You have to learn to block and then counter strike. All right. So again, pull noodles. And then you go to the next step and set yourself up a realistic scenario from A to Z. Now with a smaller weapon, such as a knife, when he comes at me, obviously I'm going right for the hand because not only will I hit the weapon, but I'm going to hit that hand too. So that's no problem. Okay, if he comes at me horizontal, right? In this case, you can't always predict where you're going to be. I wanted to go for the hand, but I'm just a little too tight. So going for the arm is fine. And then, of course, check hand. Now, if I was a little further out, obviously, I could hit the hand. It all depends, again, on distance. Now, if he comes at me with a knife, whichever way, what can I do from here? Well, he's trying to stab me. Maybe I have no more distance to retreat. And maybe he's getting too fast for me and next one's gonna cut my throat. Well, after I block, yes, you can use lethal force. If you're in a life and death situation, you can switch to lethal force, all right? Because even if I hit him here, is that going to stop him? I hope so, but I can't afford to get one in the neck. So under those circumstances where your life is on the line, yes, you can use lethal force. In fact, law enforcement officers have used their batons in lethal force when they just were overwhelmed. Now, I don't like to practice this a lot, especially for private security, because you're going to develop habits. However, if the guy starts pulling a gun, you know, you can't afford that gun to level off and he blows you away. So that's the only time you can use deadly force. I've been an advisor on the board of advisors on Security Training Center for 2 decades since the company was first formed. And this baton training video is just part of the contribution I've made over the years. Now, I'm still a certified guard with the state of California, so I have to have a continuing education in security matters, and I even go to STC, even though I am a contributor, because there I can get good online training and also very clear and concise training materials. So, visit the website and stay safe.